How's it going, Rogues Gallery, and welcome to another Shadowverse Evolve video here on Red Zone Rogue. Today we are going over the absolute insane amount of news that we got that, kind of rolled out during the Grand Showdown Summerin, the event that I did casting for. In fact, I had a hand in, sharing all of this news with everyone. But I know not everyone saw the stream, and, well, here's kind of just a recap and also like my personal opinions on all of this stuff. There's some expected news and some unexpected news, some really, really cool stuff. Man, Shadowverse Evolve just continues to get better and better. It's one of the most affordable games to play on the market. It's one of the easiest games to get into. It's just, there's so much good stuff, and there's even more good stuff on the way. So without further ado, let's jump into our overlay and we'll start talking about the news. Here's essentially the kind of recap, which you're going to use as some visual aid as we go over this, but I have some other visuals as well, not to spoil things too much, but we had a bunch of news at the Grand Showdown in Summerin, and it's just all like absolute banger stuff. So we have a second anniversary release tournament. This is really, really good. They're kind of like stepping up and doing even more events for Shadowverse Evolve, which is awesome. And so we have details about that. These are going to be going on from June 20th to July 20th, and they're going to be sealed, which is cool. If you don't know what sealed is, it's a limited format where you basically open up booster packs and make your deck from those booster packs. It's super, super fun. I want to have some sealed content on the channel soon. Let me know if you'd be interested in seeing that. So here we have some of the things we're going to be getting at these. Can I make this bigger? No, I cannot. Not with the breath. Well, okay, you know what? We can make it bigger. We're going to go with this. So yes. You get the champion prize is the Demonium Clash Devil promo with that second anniversary hot stamp. I think this card's actually like really good, and so this is going to be a really, really sweet one. Also of note, we have this beautiful Rooney Resolute Diviner promo as well as these other promos. But the big ones for me are the Rooney, gorgeous, and the Demonium, which is just an actual banger card. It's a 2/3 with Bane and Drain for 3, good already. And then on Fanfare, if you have Sanguine, it gets another +1/+1 Rush and Assail. So he's essentially a 3/4 Rush, Assail, Bane, and Drain, all the keywords. And then on Strike, you deal each enemy leader damage equal to his attack, which is, this card's really good. This card's really good. And then the Rooney is difficult to read, but she's very cute. She's going to be a great Runecraft card. And then, of course, you also get special participation flares for like your Bushi Navi, which is kind of cool. So we have Evolve second year for the Champion Flare. Well, they both say that, but they have different degrees of coolness. The Champion Flare is like much cooler it's got like little lightning storm stuff. I don't know. It's sick. So yeah, these are always a lot of fun, and they're a great equalizer if you don't have cards because, well, it's sealed, so you don't need to bring any cards. Just bring some sleeves or something. And then, by the way, these are all participant prizes, right? Just playing in the event, you get something, right? And then the champion gets one of these, which is very, very cool. Next up, another big one that a lot of people were expecting, but we didn't have confirmation. On August 15th, yes, we are getting the Shadowverse Evolve Cardfight Vanguard collab set, and it will be introducing 2 brand new starter decks for this particular collab. And as all of the Shadowverse collabs are, we know that this is a very, very, very strong collab. So yes, this would be a perfect time to start playing the game because you just play cards from the collab set and the starter decks, and they're going to be super, super powerful. So powerful that we actually have a day 1 restriction based on what we saw in the Japanese meta. But just generally speaking, very excited for this. As someone who like recently got into Cardfight Vanguard in the last year, this is like a perfect kind of like crossover and introduction. Each crossover starter deck contains an exclusive bonus card pack featuring 3 alternate versions of the 12 exclusive starter deck cards, which is very cool, very similar to the Idolmaster starter decks. We also have the actual booster set, which is going to be on sale on August 15th. And there's some really cool stuff about this booster set because it comes with box topper packs, which is always cool. So there's 2 different types of box topper packs, essentially. Each pack will come with a thick card and then a thin card. There's a version, I guess, pack type 2 comes with a thin leader card, so non-scannable, non-foil kind of. Well, I don't know if it's non-foilable, but definitely non-scannable. and then you get a special thick Evo point. Or the spicy pack, you can get a spicy pack that has a foil leader, like a thick leader that you can scan in, and then a thin Evo point. So you can, it's either one or the other, but the art actually changes. So if you want to collect everything, well, you need to get the thin leaders too, on top of the thick leaders. Yeah, this is just absolutely fantastic, and just a slam dunk. And we have a little bit more on this official product page talking about this kind of stuff, and also with a little bit more, bigger like art and all that kind of stuff. But and also like a deck list. These are all going to be, cards specifically made for the Vanguard collab. These are generally, like I said, very, very powerful. Definitely worth picking up. Also, you get a bunch of cool extra stuff. And then, of course, you get the booster set with the box toppers. So that's awesome. Really excited for this. Next up, we have the Cardfight Vanguard crossover duo tournaments, which are really, really cool. Essentially, these are 2-player events where you play with starter decks and get some really cool prizing. Both of the decks have to be different starter decks. So one, each player plays with a different starter deck. But what you get is you get these really, really cool Cardfight Vanguard Perfect Guard, like Bellringer Angel promos. And as someone who loves both franchises, I really, really want to get a full set of my Bellringer PGs. Really, really stoked for this. And it's just a great way to cross promote the two things, right? You play some Shadowverse Evolve, get some Cardfight Vanguard cards. So it's a great way to get Cardfight Vanguard players to try out Shadowverse Evolve, which I think is just really, really good. And the fact that it's just starter deck stuff means you don't have to have a huge buy-in. So yeah, really, really cool. We also have the Cardfight Vanguard release tournament. So this is release tournaments next to the Cardfight Vanguard set. And of course, you have some extra stuff, including the champion prize, which is the Glory Maelstrom, as well as some exclusive promo like packs and deck flares, or Bushi Navi flares. The Dark Dictator. I don't know much about old Vanguard. This is all like old Vanguard stuff. I only know Divine stuff. I'm new. Leon Soryu. I mean, he looks really cool. So I'll give him that. And then, okay, here's what I'm most excited about. They announced Gloryfinder 2. Now, these are going to be new Gloryfinder decks full of valuable reprints, brand new cards, and they are going to be sold separately. So they're not going to be the same as the Gloryfinder Glide to Glory box set. That was just one big box set that had 4 decks. These are going to be separate decks that you buy individually. So if you only want one of them, you can just get one of them. And as such, they're going to be a little bit a cheaper price. They're going to be, I think, $35 or something like that. We'll talk about that in just a second. We have a slide for that. But we are going to have a Forestcraft leader and then a Dragoncraft leader. Everyone who wanted, non-human or elf type leaders, well, here you go. There's a big old dragon dude here. And the Forest leader looks pretty sweet. So these are going to be on sale on July 25th, which is very, very exciting. And we have some new cards to showcase as well. So let's go ahead and take a look. So we have Yggdrasil, Root of Life, a 2-drop 2/2. Evos for 1, has a ward. This follower can't attack enemies. And then has combo 3, give your leader +4 health, and then draw 2 cards, which is pretty good for a 2-drop. And then on Evo, still can't attack enemies, that has ward. And then on last words, until the start of your next turn, your leader can't lose defense. So it just protects you. She protect, she heal, she give you life, which is great. We also have a big chungus. We have Lord of the Vahano Marsh, or Vajano. I think it's like Vahano. I don't know. Lord of the Vahano Marsh, 9-drop 8/8, Evos for 2. Which means unless you have an Evo point, you can't Evo at the turn it comes into play, or else unless you're able to cheat it into play. But you can't just like drop 9 and then pay 2. You don't have 11 play points without shenanigans. So on Fanfare, return each enemy follower on the field and each enemy card in the EX area to its owner's hand. Woof. And then on Evo, give each enemy leader -1 for every card in their hand. So if you are able to cheat this out, maybe you can do like a Death's Breath or something, cheat it out into play, and then evolve it. Whoa, that's a spicy meatball. You can immediately bounce everything and then maybe just kill them. Yeah, pretty pretty wild for that. So these are going to be in the new Luxheart Legends Forestcraft deck. By the way, all of these cards that say Gloryfinder right here, these are playable only in Gloryfinder. So don't worry, this isn't going to ruin the 1v1 meta or anything like that. These are fun cards for the fun multiplayer format. And then next up for the dragon, oh, here we go. One of my favorite characters in all of Shadowverse. We have Phylene, and the new Phylene is really cool. So she is definitely pun intended. 2-drop 1/4, Evos for 1. Fanfare, select any number of enemy followers on the field and engage them. Engaging means you turn them sideways, so you can attack into them and stuff. On Evo, she becomes a 2/5. On Evolve, select an opponent. Each follower on their field doesn't refresh during the next start phase, so they just stay engaged. And at the start of your end phase, select an opponent and draw cards equal to the number of engaged followers on their field. So this can draw up to 5 if your opponent has a full board and you engage it all. So pretty good for 3. Tap your opponent's or engage your opponent's board, lock it down, and then draw 5 cards. As kind of like the Magical Christmas Land, but still very good. And of course, Phylene, beautiful as ever. And then we have the Hastewing Dragonute, 3-drop 3/3. Evos for 7, and then if there's at least 7 face-up evolve followers on your evolve deck, you evolve this follower on Fanfare. So you can get a free evo if you have 7 face-up evolve followers in your evo deck. So yeah. And what does he do when you finally can evo him? He's a 5/5 with Storm. He ignores ward, and whenever the follower deals damage to an enemy leader, fully recover your play points. What? Like, even on 10, you can play him for 3, evo for 7, punch your opponent in the face for 5, and then get all of your play points back. It seems good. It seems really good. So yes, those are just some of the new cards that are going to be in this. We do have, let's go back to here. We do have some more tidbits about this as well. This is what I'm most excited about. So we're gonna talk about this for a little bit. So we have, world setting and lore, which is really, really cool for the Luxheart Legends. I'm not going to read it over verbatim, but definitely go check this out if you're interested in that. This character looks really cool, as well as your dragon homie here. Once again, character looks really, really cool. Treacherous Ambitions is the name of this one. With a name like that, I'm very curious to see what the deck lists are. Fortunately, we have most of the deck lists. We'll show those in just a moment. So we have, this guy's name is Bale. Curse you, Bale! Luxheart champion, if you know, you know. I shall be the ray of hope that pierces the bleak darkness of this battlefield. I assume he's got an intense voice like that. And there's the leader card. And then here we have some of the deck list. So there's a lot of question marks still in here. Lots of legendaries and golds, still kind of questioned out. But we do have some of them, and there's some bangers in here. So out of the legendary reprints in here, so we have Forest Oracle Pascal, pretty good card. Spinaria, very good card and played. Cosmos Fang. Ancient Elf, another Forestcraft staple. Sylvia the Condemner, new card. I actually think she is absolutely fantastic and a super underrated card. I think Sylvia's fantastic. She's just a neutral card. Lucifer, great. And then we have some golds, including Rhinoceroach, as well as some other just really, really nice cards. Here we have, you Globe of the Starways, Maid Leader, just some solid includes here. Then we have some more stuff. Prism Princess. I mean, there's just some really, really nice cards that you run in a lot of decks, even though they're commons or whatever. So, yep, there's that list. We also have the Treacherous Ambitions list. So you think I take this throne? Lie not, your eyes betray your thoughts. Cool. All right, so let's take a look at this deck list. So obviously we have the ones we talked about, Phylene and Hastewing. We have a Hulking Dragonute. But for the reprints, we have Kagemitsu, which I think is a fantastic card. Sweet Tooth Medusa, which is, once again, a new card, but it's just really, really powerful. Azidahaka, Karula Arts Master, Bob Katha. Like, these are Dark Angel Olivia again. Like, bro, the reprints are out of control. And you also get Bellringer Angel as well. So, staple, you need the Bellringer Angel. I like how they both come with Maid Leaders. Maid Leaders is just a nice card to have, to be honest. But yeah, good stuff. Tartman, Bellringer Angel. This one comes with a Dragon Oracle as well. So if you need more Dragon Oracles, like I always need more Dragon Oracles, because they only come in starter decks. This is just really, really good for that. It even has like a Shenlong. Yeah, this is some good stuff. Witch Bolt, Acolyte's Light. I mean, there's just some really, really nice cards in here. Even not expensive cards, but it does have expensive cards like Bellringer Angel, Dark Angel Livia, Bob Katha, Sweet Tooth Medusa. Good stuff. So there's like actual good cards and reprints in these decks. And we do have, yeah, they are $35 each. $35 MSRP, which I think is pretty good for this type of deck and this type of product. It comes with a bunch of extra little things like Evo points, probably a little paper playmat, rule sheet, little defense counter, punch outs, and all this kind of stuff. It does. The leaders are not foil, unfortunately, and they cannot be scanned, unfortunately. That's the big downside of this product, is like continuing. The leaders are not, they're not scannable, and they're not, you know, they're not foil, which is a bummer. But you still can use them in your actual Shadowverse Evolved decks. So if you want to, you know, play with, you know, Bale or whatever in your Forestcraft deck, you can do it. You just can't scan them in. So, yep. But I think they're fantastic. Other than that, you know, really, really nice reprints, and really, really cool and interesting new Gloryfinder cards. So yeah, I'm very, very excited for these. Cannot wait to get my hands on this stuff. All right, so we have more news to talk about, by the way. So we have the Showdown Challenge Series 4 prizes, and these prizes are absolute bangers. So we have the participation prize, which is the Rabbit Mage, which is cute. I like the art. However, the top 8 and the champion prizes are like absolute bangers, and they're like staples for their respective classes. And cards that I personally want a full playset of. So we have top 8 is this alternate art Soul Conversion. Any Abysscraft player knows Soul Conversion is a fantastic card. You don't run it in every deck, but I mean, I might run it in almost every deck. I love this card. This card's fantastic, and I love the alternate art. So this is a must have for me. And then the champion gets a alternate art Dragon Oracle with Forte, like literally top, I don't know, 3 favorite characters for me. I have my Forte figure. Actually, the pose even kind of looks like the Forte figure that I have. So must have. You know, someone's all in on the Dragoncraft when they rock up with their full play set of Forte Dragon Oracles. You know, this is very, very, pardon me, very, very cool. So yeah, that's the, ooh, we can get a zoom in even more. Yo, look at that. It looks so good. There we go. That's the sauce. That's the sauce right there. And we also have dates for Showdown Series 4. You can kind of look at these in your own leisure. We do have, well, by the way, this is for Showdown Series. This is Grand Showdown. So Showdown Series, all participants will get this, yada, yada, yada. You can, like, once again, you can look up your own locals and all that kind of stuff to see where the Showdown Series are. This is the Grand Showdown. So, as announced before, all Grand Showdowns will happen simultaneously on the same day, or the same weekend, at least I should say, across NA, Europe, and Asia/Oceania. And here are the dates: June 28th, as well as the all of the, you know, locations and all that kind of stuff. What's really cool about this is that now you have this, you have an entry fee, but that comes with a participation prize, which I think is awesome. I love having things like this because you at least get something for participating in the tournament. So you get this Zelganea deck box, or card box, I guess. You could probably fit like a couple decks in here. You get this absolutely beautiful Zelganea playmat, and then you get a Nature's Guidance promo, which is, once again, it's a really nice staple card. Not a super expensive card, but it's a staple for Forestcraft, like, for sure. So getting that's really cool. Now we have the actual pricing. So we have the top 32 gets a special stamped Nature's Guidance, so more Nature's Guidance. Top 16, oh, okay, I'm a big fan of this one. This is Celia Sky Commander. This is one of the cards coming up in Duet of Dawn and Dusk, and it's a double-sided Evo, kind of like Orcus. And this art is perfect. I'm a big fan of this card, so I will want these. And then, of course, the top 8 gets a special like, you know, full art, fancy foiling, Zelganea, Oh Great World. This card is very, very good. We know from the Japanese meta that this card is a staple. You will want to have this card. So these are, keep keep scrolling through them. These are cards that you want, is basically what I'm getting at. These are really nice pricing. If you're not going to have like cash pricing, at least having cards that are desirable, I think is really good. So especially like the Zelganea. But like I said, I mean, you know, the Celia Sky Commander though is really sick. And then the champion will receive one additional top 8 card and unsponsored invite to the next World Finals, as always. Really looking forward to this. I think it's awesome. And then we have card restrictions. So we have 3 restrictions here. One for the main Shadowverse Evolve format, and that is that Vortex Dragon is getting pre-restricted. This is a card that's in the Cardfight Vanguard set, and it is an absolute house. So it's a 5-drop 6/6. On a fanfare, you banish 3 Kagero cards from your cemetery, and then you select up to 2 enemy followers and destroy them. This is like insane 3-for-1 value, right? You get a 6/6 and you blow up 2 of their things. It made the Japanese meta, from what I understand, a really not fun meta. There's still a lot of really powerful cards, and these decks are still going to be insanely strong, but it's not going to be like a 1-deck format, hopefully. So that's the hope with this. Fingers crossed. They've done a good job of balancing the English meta based on what we saw in Japan. So that's the one good thing about having the Japanese release be so far ahead of the English release, is that we have the hindsight of like, if the meta's bad, they can adjust to it, so we at least can have a fun meta. So they've done a good job of that so far. Hopefully this translates over. And then we have a Gloryfinder restriction. This is choice restriction, which means you can only have one of these in your deck. Like you can only have one Outrighting the Encroaching Heart or a Deep Wood Anomaly. You can't have them both in the same deck, and that's because these 2 combo together to just insta-win the game. That's why it's here. So you got to pick and choose. You can't do your Deep Wood Anomaly, I win the game combo. And then we have Forestcraft, and this is Tin Soldiers being restricted to just 1. It's because the fairy tale, the Fable archetype was like nutso when you can run all of the Fable stuff, and so you can do like busted stuff with the Tin Soldier. So only having 1 can still do busted stuff with them, but you just don't have that level of consistency, even though you do still have a huge level of consistency with all of like the Fable searches and all that kind of stuff. So you can still get your Tin Soldier and do your busted stuff, but you only got 1. And do we have any more? No, we do not. So that is all the news. It's a lot of news. It's a 20-minute long news video. Once again, Shadowverse Evolve is absolutely crushing it out there. I know, you know, I shout its praises. I know it's not the most popular game, but I think it's super underrated, and they just keep doing more and more cool stuff for the game and supporting it, and I absolutely love to see it. I think, like as I mentioned before, it's one of the most affordable games to play. It's one of the easiest games to get into. The starter decks are really good. The Gloryfinder multiplayer stuff is really good and really fun. If you want to see a high production quality video of the Gloryfinder stuff, go check out Covert Go Blues Gloryfinder video. I'm not just saying that because I'm in it. I am in it, but it also is like the highest produced Gloryfinder video out there on the internet right now. So it's really cool. Hopefully, like, if you haven't played it, hopefully it gives you like the urge to want to play it, because it's just that much fun. So yeah, let's go back to me. Hello, me. And we're gonna end the video there. Once again, if you like the video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I really appreciate it. Helps us you know, further and grow the Shadowverse Evolve community, and helps you know, get the Shadowverse content out there just a little bit better. And also I'd appreciate it. Thank you. Not much else to say. Got a lot more Shadowverse Evolve stuff you know, in the pipeline. Really excited for the new set. Like I said, the Celia is in the new set as well as some other really cool stuff. So we'll have openings of that very soon, as well as well, everything else you come to expect. Deck techs, all the good stuff. Looking to get gameplay back on the channel soon, and everything in between. Thanks for watching, everyone. See you next time.